please make sure whenever you're exposed to bright, strong sunlight, you wear your sunglasses. Now you might wonder, why am I starting this discussion like that? And I will explain to you, and you will see how much this has direct relationship with the coronavirus epidemic and how to protect ourselves from its effects. This is Coffee Break with Ninita, a daily discussion that has as a purpose to share thoughts and feelings, keep channels of communication open, where it will help us, empower us to go through these difficult times of the epidemic with as much as we can limited damage. When I started this discussion, I used the sunglasses. And what I mean by that is, like when we are exposed to direct sunlight, we need to protect our eyes. The same way as we are facing the daily news that inform us about the coronavirus, the progress, the way it is impacting us, the way that it is affecting our lives. All this news feel like a strong, bright sunlight hitting our eyes. And a lot of times they are so intense that can emotionally blind us. And this is why I highly recommend to continue listening to this podcast and others that you will see that are out there in YouTube, prepared from fathers of the church, spiritual podcasts, and psychological podcasts. The purpose of them is to help you prevent spiritual, emotional, and mental blindness that this coronavirus period could cause you. And my concern is that this epidemic, like other epidemics in the past, after the intense period that feels like it lasts forever, it will subside. People will find the medication that will help it, that will be able to win that battle with coronavirus. My biggest concern is the psychological and emotional virus that this coronavirus brings along. And this is why I'm suggesting to please listen to those podcasts, read the posts that have as a purpose, as a goal, to help you understand that interacting, even through media, interacting with each other, with people that have a positive attitude, a positive energy. Do spend time reading to these posts, listening to those podcasts that will help you stay away from that kind of darkness that the epidemic brings along. And I will explain to you why we cannot do it alone on our own. Strong, terrible news feel like a door that when it is being shut, it locks automatically. Strong, terrible news sometimes make us isolate. And then it is hard to open the door. It is hard for the person who has been impacted from this news to open the door, and it is hard for the people that want to help to open that door. And my suggestion and recommendation is stay in contact, stay in touch. with people, not necessarily physically because we are forced not to be close with each other physically as a recommendation to control the spreading of the virus. But that does not prevent us from talking on the phone to each other, from texting, from interacting, and family members that are in the same house and pretty much are protected and are well. Keep the communication open with your children. Children need to constantly be not bombarded with questions and informations and love and things like that, but be there, and when they want to talk to you and share with you, try not to say, "Not now, honey." Under normal circumstances, "Not now, honey," at times helps the kids develop healthy boundaries. But this is the time where they're choking from frustration, that they feel it in the air, but they don't have that much knowledge and experience, life experience, to put it in perspective. Here, we adults cannot put it in perspective, let alone youngsters, that they have all this energy inside them and not a place to channel it. So it is difficult times, but keeping communication in a calm and collective way, reaching out to sources, again I'm repeating myself, like podcasts like this one, and posts and other information that is helping you understand that this too shall pass. It's not going to last forever. This too shall pass. We see that as we're looking outside the windows. The flowers are starting again blooming, and the trees, and we see the spring in the air. And this is what we need. We need that kind of impact nature is offering us right now, of seeing that change happens. And what is terrible does not last forever. Psychologically, emotionally, and mentally, we need to constantly maintain that kind of reassurance. We cannot do it alone. One way that it is an excellent way of providing that kind of energy is our faith. Our faith in God is pretty much helping with this kind of intensity, to be able to not lock the door, not lock ourselves, from the world around us, not to trap ourselves in that place where we fall into survival mode and know where to channel it. So make sure that daily you wear your sunglasses. Your sunglasses can come from attending church services through the internet. Your sunglasses might be daily prayers, several times a day prayers. The sunglasses might be talking to friends with a positive attitude. Sunglasses might be listening to podcasts and reading posts that come from people that have that kind of positive attitude that is there for us to draw energy from. So again, when we see people that lock themselves and isolate themselves, don't think that they are angry at us. It is exactly like I said before. In their attempt to protect themselves, they shut the door and the door is locked. So with a calm and collective way, talk to them. Even if they're ignoring you and not talking to you. If you don't know how to talk to them in a calm way because you yourselves are frustrated and anxious and angry, share a podcast, listen together. Even through the closed door, you can still listen together. Give suggestions, share with each other something that you read, something that you heard. Let other people hear and read what charges you, so that we will maintain that kind of protection. The sunglasses protection, I call it, where it will protect the eyes of the soul, the eyes of the heart, the eyes of the mind get damaged. So this is what I had to share with you and leave you with the hope that you will, after listening to this podcast, go out, reach out, and find your very own source of sunglasses, whether it is this present podcast or it is other podcast that speaks more to you, or posts or books or talk shows that can protect you emotionally, mentally, and spiritually from the effects of the coronavirus. Until tomorrow, God bless you and stay safe and be well.